Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brody Jackson, and today we're going to be evaluating Fortnite OG. And basically the way this is going to work is I'm going to discuss some things that I noted during gameplay, both good and bad, and I'm going to evaluate how I feel about the season. At the end, I'm going to give my final verdict. Now, I always make my intros way too long, so let's just jump right into this. Now, let's start with the good, because, there's so much negativity online, especially in, gaming community, so you know what? Let's start with the good. So, my favorite thing, or one of my favorite things, is the loot pool. One of the things I liked about it so much was that it brought back. I mean, obviously, it brought back the old weapons, but it just kind of brought back a lot of nostalgia with that. But another thing that was so good about it to me was like the balancing of the weapons to me for the last couple seasons that I had played, because I haven't played every single season of the game. Um, some of them have just been too bad for me. So one of the problems was weapon balancing, and some of them were also the weapons in the game itself. Like what season was it? The dinosaur season in Chapter 2. I actually have a video on my channel about it. Go check that out. Um, that that season was fine, but I didn't like the dinosaurs, and more so than that, touching on the point, I didn't really like the loot pool because it was just the guns were really weird. I didn't like the way they worked, and it felt too far of a departure from what Fortnite was in its essence. And that's one of the things they got right with this season is they brought back like a good balanced weapon feel. Like aside from bringing back the nostalgic weapons, they brought back like balancing essentially. And again, I haven't played every season. I missed the last couple, but the balancing seems so good. Like every weapon feels exactly how it should. Nothing feels too powerful, nothing feels too weak. I feel like it's so balanced and well-rounded that it makes it so much more fun to play the game. And it goes without saying, point number two is that, I mean, come on, it's just awesome to be on the old map. I mean, I here's the thing for me, I really really loved Fortnite, and then they changed things. Right? They made these dumb changes that myself and most of their community didn't like. A lot of people still played the game and dealt with it. I was one of those people that said, nope, I'm gonna walk away before I break another controller. And that's kind of what it's been the last few years for me, the last year or two, maybe ish, at least the last couple seasons, if nothing else. And I think it became so much more enjoyable to play, to be on a map that had these old POIs that I loved, and it was before the game was so overcomplicated, because it is now. It's there's so much to the game. Obviously, right now it's not, because it's back to the basics pretty much. But I hate when the game's overcomplicated and the map is overcomplicated, and it's nice to see a map that's not too overcrowded. A little crowded because this map I didn't love, nowhere near my favorite map, but it was one of the better ones. Like in terms of like it's one of the older ones that I remember very fondly. I remember having a lot of good games on that map and a lot of good memories playing the game during that time. So it was like, yeah, I like the map better than what they've had the last few years. And on that note, I mean, point number four, it's less is more, man. Less is more, and I think Epic is finally starting to figure that out. The problem they've been having has been, essentially, in my opinion, they've done too much. And it's fine to do a lot for the game and to keep renovating, keep pushing the envelope, and to keep trying to see how far you can take things. But at the same time, I think that they went too complicated with it because they put too much in at once. And like I don't have a problem with it. Like by all means try new things and try to draw new players, try to draw old players back in. But it's going to be so hard to do that when you're just overcrowding the game with features and features and features. And it's finally felt like it's gone back to the basics. And one of the good things too, arguably the best thing about the season is just, dude, the game's just fun again. Like I genuinely can't tell you how long it's been since I've been excited to load up a game of Fortnite. How long I've been like, let's play some Fortnite today. It's always let's play GTA, let's play mini golf, let's play regular golf, let's play Madden, let's play Call of Duty, let's play anything else. and like loading up and getting home, be like, yeah, you guys want to play Fortnite tonight? Yeah, let's play Fortnite. Okay, and I come home and I load up the game, and then I'm like waiting for that text, and then finally they text me. And I'm like, yes, like let's get on. Then we play a couple games. We win one, we lose a couple usually, and like we get through 4 or 5 games in, and we hop off for the night, and we do it again a couple days later. Like it's so fun. It feels so refreshing. That's like, oh man, they for doing OG, they did it really, really well. I was like, they're either gonna do it really, really well, or they're gonna completely fuck it up. And they didn't fuck it up. Not entirely, at least. Now I say that. Now let's move on to the things I don't like about the season. So, in my opinion, one of the biggest problems that Fortnite still has overall as a game is third partying is still a thing. Now, I understand that's not a problem on Epic. That's just the people who play the game. But it's something that is just it's so annoying. You know, you're sitting there, you kill a team, you're picking up the loot, you're healing up, and then some fucking trio or duo or squad, whatever, will come in and just fucking bum rush you, and your whole team gets blasted because you're not ready for another fight 'cause you just finished one. You need a second to get ready for the next one. And I get it if it's like the end of a game. The end of a game, you don't really have a choice, you know. Like if you're gonna win the game, you're gonna win the game. So push if you're gonna have to. But like when you're mid game and somebody just third parties you out of nowhere, or like if you're at the very start and you win the battle, but there's one more team left, and they're like, oh well, we want to claim the POI, so we're just gonna third party these guys. You know, it gets so obnoxious, and it's one of the things that I hated about the game for years, and it's one of the things that I still really hate about the game. So another thing I don't really like about the game is, again, this is not necessarily an issue on Epic's part, aside from the fact that creative is still a thing, and was for so long as well, is that kids are still sweaty. You know, they just sweat when they build, man. Like, I'm not good at building, and I never was. I can build a 90 or two, and enough that I can have a little bit of a base or a little height advantage. I can do that. But I hate doing it. I hate having to build. And I hate when I'm like, oh, there's a trio up there. Let's go push them. When we push them, they start building. So I try to build, and they're just building all over me. And it's one of the most annoying parts about the game. Um, and the thing is, I understand there's zero build, and zero build's good. I actually quite enjoy zero build because it's like if Fortnite and PUBG kind of mixed, and I used to play PUBG quite a bit. Um, but the problem I have with it overall is just that there's there's just something so like I don't know. I don't really know how to say it. There's something just that just gets under my skin about these people that just sit there and grind out the game all day, and all they do is practice building, and it bothers me. I can't do it on keyboard and mouse. Can't do it on controller. I'm not a fast builder. I'm not an extreme builder where I can do anything crazy. It bothers me when people do that because it just makes the game so boring, and it makes a gunfight so much more stressful. And I'm all for like the adrenaline of like a fight in the game, but it just makes it so obnoxious. It actually almost takes me out of the moment, and it's just like, dude, what are you doing? And most of the time, I win the gunfights because they just build all around me, but they never shoot, and I get the kill because they don't do anything, and that's one that really bothers me. Now we're on to possibly the biggest pet peeve I have about this season. Um, it's really something that everybody has said too, and that is that they didn't bring back the OG map. They brought back Season 5, and that's great. Great, Season 5 map, yay! And it was before Chapter 2, and the game was complicated, and before mechs were ever a thing, and before all the Marvel deals. But the problem is it didn't start with Season 1. It makes no sense to go, we're bringing back Fortnite OG, and we're gonna bring back Season 5 map. Great. Why? Why does that make any sense at all? It doesn't. What they should have done is gone from Season 1, start from the very, very beginning. You do Season 1 of the BR maps. You do that for 2 weeks. You do 2 weeks, Season 2. 2 weeks, Season 3. 2 weeks, Season 4, 5, 6, up until Season 10. And that's your season. That's your OG season, is 2 weeks of each map. You got 2 weeks to have your fun and go through the maps you did or didn't like. And that's what it should have been. I don't know, and I know they're kind of doing something similar where they're changing maps, but they should have done it like that, where you start at Season 1, and it should have been... Honestly, I wish the season was longer, even if, like, I don't like the idea of it changing every 2 weeks. I like the idea of it changing once a month. but that's hard because then you have to do a really, really long period for the season. Um, but even if you just did 1 through 5, even if you did 1 through 5, I would have preferred 1 through 7 because season 7 was one of my favorite maps. Actually, I really didn't mind season 8 either, but actually, was it 8? I can't remember. But point being, it bothered me a lot that they didn't start earlier and didn't do like a more flowing, like fluent, like logical approach to the map process with the season. Now, this is a nitpick, but it's more of kind of like a hey Epic, do this. Um I really was upset, or not really upset, but I was like kind of let down by the fact that they didn't do an OG only mode. And they might after this is over, they should. It's again, it's less of like a oh they did this wrong and more of a they need to do this right in the future. They need to do an OG mode where you can cycle through the OG maps. And here's my thought process. You don't make it OG mode and have it be one map. Even if OG mode is like starting in season 1 and once a month the map changes or something. I don't I don't like that idea. Like that idea is okay, but what I like even better is the idea of you make it like it cycles through the old maps, seasons like 1 through 8. It cycles through the old maps, and then here's my thought process: is it makes it more like Call of Duty. It gives fans more options. That's half the fun of Call of Duty is getting different maps and it's cycling through. It's like I think that would be a really great addition to the game. Aside from like doing an OG only mode would be cool in addition to whatever the current season ends up being. But I think it also is a good idea to do it where it's got map options. That's a problem that I think a couple of these type of games have had. One of them also being Fall Guys. I think that they needed a mode where and maybe they do. It's been a while since I've played the game, but as of last I played it, they didn't have a mode where you can go get the OG maps only. It would be those integrated with the new maps, and that's fine that they have new maps because they didn't have enough of the old ones. But the old ones are the ones I remember playing in 2020, 2021 with Zeke at his house on his rig before I had a decent gaming computer. And I was like, dude, this game's so cool. And we're running around getting computer parts and we're off doing stupid shit and going up to McDonald's for no fucking reason. And in his car with his cousin, we all get food and, it's just hanging out and having a good time. And it just reminds me of that time. That's what I wanted Fall Guys to do when they updated and they never changed it that I'm aware of. And that's what I want Fortnite to do, is I want to remember the times I'm in high school and remember the times playing Fortnite mobile at school and getting my iPad taken away because I was playing it in class and going out to what we called the beach at my school, which is just like a hallway gathering area for students. And we would go out there during my study hall and we would all go out there. We'd be like, yeah, we're going to go do some work. And we'd just chat and play Fortnite. Like, I miss that time. I miss that 2017, 2018 time of my life. It was a really, really great time. But it was arguably the best time of my life. So, I wanted it to be like that. I hope they do that. And now for the final point, they didn't bring back the old mechanics. Like, they still have, like, vaulting and stuff, the sprinting. I like vaulting. It's a nice addition, but, it's just such a pain. It's such a pain when I'm trying to play the game and I'm playing the OG map and the OG loot pool. It's just not the same being all these new mechanics. Nitpicky, but it's a problem. But all in all, I think this season turned out pretty good. Like I said, nitpicky things that I wish they would have fixed. But I mean, it's still playable. It's still a lot of fun. I think they could have done better, but I think that they did pretty good. So that was my experience with Fortnite OG so far. Let me know what you guys think. I thought it was pretty good. I think little things they could have changed, but all in all, it's a lot of fun. Most fun I've had on the game in years, probably. So, yeah, that's all I got. So, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video.